Rashad, why you
Anyways,
didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.
What's happening? My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Boop, 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 boop. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about some music, man. Let's talk about some music, shall we? A gazillion songs dropped, bro. A gazillion songs dropped this week. A gazillion projects. Oh, I don't even have this one written down. That's how much music dropped this week. I'm gonna start with something I don't even have written down because I have notes for all of the songs just so I wouldn't forget stuff. I wrote them out right before I went live today of just all the stuff I listened to today, just so I wouldn't forget some of the points that I wanted to go over. I didn't even write this one down. That's how much music came out today. We're gonna start off with this one. But this is just a single, okay? Tisa Korean, Body Rock finally came out. Boogie! 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 Body Rock finally came out. He had a hidden feature on there. It was Lil Yachty, Lil Boat. Yachty continues his feature run and things of that sort. Man, the beat is so like janky and everything is just only one word to describe it. Silly. Shouts out to Tisa Korean's energy. His singles, he still has not missed, bro. Ever since I've been tapped in with bro from Helicopter Swag. Helicopter Swag was the first time I really started tapping into Tisa Korean on a consistent basis. And every single since then, like the Money Happiness. Oh my goodness, such a good song. The nut and the cat made me happier. Man with the bag, when the man like a manager, and on the man like a pepper. It's a not me, not a manager. Like, love that song. And then excuse me, to come back with this as the next single that he's really pushing and stuff like that. He just does not miss, bro, with the snippets, with his teasers, the dancing and the gas stations and everything with his friends, some real true Texas stuff. And yeah, man, I love the song. The Lil Yachty feature was a bit off because he doesn't really have features. Tisa Korean doesn't really have features on his big singles. He does have features and in some of his albums. Like I remember the last album, my favorite was a feature outside of Money Happiness was Mike Tomlin with Tia Korean. I love that song as well. And you know, like, so he has features and he's done features. He's done a few features this year, stuff like that. I've seen Underground Champs post some shouts out to Seth P and Underground Champs. Mexico Joe dropped this week. I haven't listened to that. I haven't listened to Mariah the Scientist. I haven't listened to Kid Cudi. And I'm like 8 songs in on the Sierra album, which I'll talk about later, the Sierra album of the first 8 songs I heard so far. But it's just so much music that's dropped this week. So that I just wanted to start off with that. Like I said, it was literally so much that I started off with something I didn't even have notes for. So now I guess, oh yeah, shouts out to Ty the Guy. Ty the Guy dropped Do It Myself this week. That was a single. I haven't listened to that. Ghostface dropped this week. I mean, I remember this Ghostface joint. So that came out today. Oh my goodness. I haven't listened to Ghostface yet. Let me see what else. I'm gonna just share the screen while I'm looking at Lupe Fiasco. Okay, so here's the thing about Lupe, bro. Ever since he beefed with Childish Gambino, I've been cool off him. And I know he puts out great albums and he's one of the best. She dropped this today. Shouts out to Umi. Oh yeah, it looked like she dropped this today. I haven't heard Umi yet. It's a lot of stuff I ain't heard yet. But it was a lot that dropped. But yeah, I haven't heard Umi yet. I'm probably not gonna listen to Lupe. I'm sorry, Lupe. Ghostface Killer. I haven't heard Ghostface. I haven't listened to Ty the Guy single yet, but shouts out to Ty, my dog. Friend of the channel. If you know, you know. Let me go back. Okay. Should we start it? Okay. Oh, I forgot. It was on this page. I didn't even have to switch. Reconstruction. We'll start with Reconstruction, Lecrae's album. We'll start off with Lecrae, all right? Lecrae, early on, probably had my favorite drop of the week, and then it became replaced by something else. We'll get to that later. But early on, he had my favorite drop of the week. It's good to see an older act continue to take on chances. Oh, if you're looking at me looking to the side and it sounds like I'm reading, I am. I usually don't read. I usually don't have nothing scripted on my chat. I just wanted to pull the curtain back, y'all, because I ain't want it. He's reading. LOL. He's obviously reading. Yes, these are notes that I'm reading off of because I just took some notes this week. Lecrae was my favorite drop of the week up to that point. It's good to see an older act continue to take on chances and adapt to the new sound. There are some songs that are quintessential Lecrae of just solid traditional hip hop. In this album, I hear Kendrick Lamar, Tyler the Creator, Yeat, Playboi Carti influences. One of the final tracks also sound like the collab album he just did with Miles Minnick, which I viewed as a Christian GNX of 2025. But overall, it was a very solid project and a lot of good rap songs from Lecrae on this one. The John Bellion song also stood out to me. Jackie Hill Perry stood out to me that was already out at the time. This Mizo guy, I think that was one of the guys that might have sounded like Cardi or Yeat, one of the guys that I was saying earlier. Let me think. Oh yeah. He did the Kendrick kind of impersonation in life, right? Leading up to Die for the Party, which was his response to Kendrick when Kendrick was like, I wonder what Lecrae would do. I wonder what D1 would do, and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Headphones was good. Killer Mike just had an overall good verse. It wasn't necessarily just tied to the thing of the song. And then T.I. just stood strictly to the thing of the song, which I think is why T.I. is one of the greatest rappers of all time. And then I heard the next song. I was like, is that Friday? And I had to look, and it was Friday. Shouts out to Friday. Friday does he's kind of like the face of gospel music for mainstream artists and secular artists. So it was nice to hear him on a Christian album. Shouts out to Friday, bro. Yeah, this John Bellion song, I like that. I like that song. I'm not going to lie to you. Mad at Today, I thought was pretty funny. He's just pretty much venting. It was almost kind of, if I want to be messy and stir the pot up, might have been a response to D1. Him and D1 kind of went back and forth on social media a couple years ago about Lecrae said righteous and ratchet, and then D1 came back and was like, you can't be righteous and ratchet, bro. Like that goes against the word of God. And I love you and everything like that, but I know you personally, and I know how much you want to be accepted by the culture, and I feel like this is another attempt to do that. But in the sake of it, I feel like you're forsaking the word of God, which I'm not for. I'm for the word of God, but beyond any person. And so they went back and forth on that, and he was like, I don't know what you're thinking with this, D, love to you, blah, 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 brother. Anyways, he puts out Mad at Today, and that's like a kind of a clap back at everybody on social media. It just comes up with something different to be mad about each and every single day on social media. It's pretty funny. Politicking, this dude Propaganda, he's definitely a lyrical miracle guy from what I remember of this song. Just like the and Jesus started to find up in the swim pool. The lyrical miracle spiritual. So shouts out to Propaganda with the propaganda of using as many words as possible. Still here, I love the fact that he ended with this. A few of these songs, as you guys can tell, were already out, but I do like Still Here as an outro because Lecrae's been doing this for like 30 years at this point. But on a mainstream level, at least, like Lecrae really popped because he might say "02," but I would say I feel like Tell the World. What year is Tell the World? What year is Tell the? I'ma tell the world, everybody day. Tell the world. Let me see. Lecrae. I'm brand new. That was 12 years ago. Oh, Mavi Music. That was on Gravity. Oh, Lecrae was already popping before Gravity. He had a song with Buddy, right? He had a song with Buddy, dude. Like the dude who did the Magic Bird tape. And he has the song You Can't Stop Me. I want to say his name, but I didn't want to say the Mineo. Andy Mineo, right? But Andy Mineo was something else, dog. His name was something else, bro. I forgot what his name was, bro. Background. I could play the background. There we go. I found it. His name was Sea Light at the time. Okay, that was 15 years ago. So what was that? They say 14 years ago. So it's 2025. 14 years ago was 2011. Was this before Church Close? Church Close 1? Church Close 1 was 2012. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Okay, all right. So really, I think background might have been like. So you want to say '09 for Lecrae? Anyways, he's been mainstream at least '09, 2010, 2011. I think it's safe to say that. If someone wants to say '08, I ain't gonna lie to you. '08, Canton Jones might have been running the Christian rap game. But like maybe 2011, bro. Let's just say 2011 on some Kendrick stuff, right? Where Kendrick on that, like I said, since '09, I had it jumping. And you like, bro, I never heard of you before 2011. So I'll say 2011. 2011 to now. So he's been relevant for 14 years and been at the top of the Christian hip hop game as the lone Christian guy that people know on a mainstream level when it comes to rappers and stuff like that. And the fact that he's still here, still relevant, and still making good music, that's very, very admirable. And salute to Lecrae for that. Okay, Earl Sweatshirt. Live, laugh, love. Peace when I'm rolling around. Oh, okay, all right. Sorry. Let me stop playing. I was very, very excited for this album. I anticipated this the most. I was the most excited for this week. Was this Live Life Love album from Earl Sweaterman. Okay, I've only listened to it once. There's so much music that came out this week, and I know that Earl has obviously short, albums, 24 minutes and stuff like that. However, like it's a lot to unpack with Earl, so you have to kind of like sit down and really listen to it if you're gonna listen to it. You can't just listen to it in the background. So I had to move on, keep listening to everybody else's stuff. I'm looking forward to revisiting it and everything. I want to say that because I didn't really like some rap songs at the beginning. Like when I first heard it, I didn't really like it. And then it became like one of my favorite rap albums ever, as time went on. So that's why I have to say this early on. The first half of the album didn't really connect with me as much. I did like the opening track, the Golden State versus Sacramento thing, but it just didn't connect with me as much. Everything from like Static down, Crisco, this joint right here, Tourmaline, the one that he did the video for, the heavy metal joint where he's talking. I think he's talking about his kid on this one, and then Exhaust. Like no misses from Static down, dog. No misses from 7 to 11. Now this 1 through 6, it still got to grow on me. I'm not gonna hold you, but that's just early on. I just started it, like literally just started. I haven't caught all the bars, the metaphors, similes, and stuff like that. But Earl does not miss, and like people say, it gets to a point where he's like, okay, he's one of the greatest to ever do this. It's one of the greatest to ever do this, and like Mike is obviously, I think, one of the greatest of this generation. And then you look at Earl as like one of the greatest ever, bro. Earl is definitely one of the greatest like lyricists and rappers ever. And I think it's easy to like we can glaze Earl. He has such a big fan base. He's an odd feature product. He's this, he's that, and Earl, like he has such a crazy upbringing and everything. And you free Earl and the free Earl movement, and you come back home. You're a sudden superstar because they blew up when you were gone, and this and that. Like we can do all of that. Loiter Squad, Joe Budden, like we could do all of that with Earl, and he could just laugh along with it. At the same time, bro, like you have to just acknowledge that he's one of the greatest rappers ever. And we need to appreciate that while he's doing it, while he's here, while he can still smell those roses. That he's like, not only are you just a dude that we looked up to and we thought you were funny and you could really rap as a young kid and you were like a child prodigy and you broke out as a child star in rap music, but the fact that you're one of the greatest of all time to do this. And we need you to know that as you go. So shouts out to Earl Sweatshirt. I hope that I could get to more of the album later and stuff like that, but that's just where I'm at with it right now. Okay, and then I moved on. So that was, I think I listened to those maybe like last night or something like that. But then I woke up this morning and I was like, I have to listen to this Kelly Moonstone. I made a note to myself, make sure you don't forget to listen to Kelly Moonstone's new album, New Moon. This was my first full Kelly Moonstone project. I remember her last project was talked about a lot among like the best albums of that year and things of that sort. I've never gotten around to listen to a full Kelly Moonstone album. So where else better to start than starting on the release date of her next album? This is New Moon. Okay, I'll say I loved it. I'm a sucker for cohesive thought and in an album. I'm a sucker for an obvious conceptual album, and the subject matter was all believable. There was no cap in a rap. That's something. These are all things that matter to me. With Kelly, you get hints of neo soul, a little spoken word, R&B, just straight up good rapping. I set up a bit when I heard Marco Plus come on. I wasn't expecting him to be on the album, even though I scanned through the track list when she posted it earlier in the day. I did know Saba was on the album, and he delivered per usual. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. I'm not an anime person, but I don't know. I just really appreciated the dedication to the concept, from the skits with our friends to the opening theme song that sounded like a real theme song. Nothing but 10s for me on this Kelly project. Too much music dropped this week for me to go back and rate it right now, but I really did like it. I did get in my feelings a bit when I heard how she deals with hearing how she deals with her love interest and interacts with them on social media. But all in all, this was really good music. Kelly Moonstone, 10 out of 10 social media presence, 10 out of 10 music. I rock with this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I rock with this a lot. If you're just looking for something cool, shout out to Pink Sifu as well, doing this thing and stuff like that. Bad, Not Good. Maybe that's why I didn't know Marco Plus was on this, because it's Bad, Not Good in the title. But let me see. Oh yeah. I like the Happy Ending joint too. The Nana Boo Boo was yeah. I love a good like Forget My Ex type song. Thirsty was very vulnerable. I appreciated that. And then I was also like, man, how you let someone play? You know what I'm saying? I'm doing like the whole man thing. Oh, you don't let them play with you like that. Da, 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 da. But I rock with the honesty and everything like that, transparency. Let me see if there's. But yeah, those are kind of like the standouts for me off top and stuff like that. But I rock with the whole album. I rock with their sound. It's dope. Shout out to Kelly Moonstone. So then Indica, shout out to Indica from East Atlanta and stuff like that. He hit me up with Scissor Hill. Scissor Hill is an album from Scissors. That's one of his other artists. And if you like, who's Indica, East Atlanta, stuff like that, he's Glory Girls. He's Glory Girls manager and stuff like that. So he reached out. He was like, yeah, I got another artist, Scissor Hills, Scissors. Make sure you check that out too. I said, I got you. No problem, twin. He said, appreciate that. Scissors, this was one of those albums where you have no idea what he's saying or what's going on top, but the beats and melodies are so good. It's some true young kid Atlanta energy here is how I wrote it down. This personally isn't necessarily my cup of tea or the thing that I just code on and stuff like that, but I can acknowledge like why people would think it's good, particularly if you're a part of the Opium or New School Underground Sound fans and stuff like that. I can understand why you enjoy it. Yeah. So if you're a fan of that stuff, I think you would like this. He opens up with the RP Young Scooter, and then it's just like kind of like a bunch of like random names. The RP Ozzy is obviously like a a rock song type of deal, and it's like RP Ozzy, RP Ozzy. Nachos, and I really liked how he brought together Nachos because he said something da 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 da, and it was like nachos, and I was like, oh snap, there's the nachos right there. Matt Ryan, obviously just great names here. uh, Matilda, Matilda was where I ended off, so I haven't heard Lasagna and Happy Ending. So I was literally right at the end. I don't know why I didn't finish it, but he reminded me of speaking of the crash out scene. But yes. But before I put a bow on it, Scissor Hill, shouts out to Scissors, and dropping Scissor Hill. Congratulations on the release. If you like that new underground, like kind of like what's going on, and it sounds like a dude, like there's a robot, and it's like beep bop boop 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 boop. Like if you like that, then this is for you. If you like all the opium dudes and stuff like that, the XG crew and everything like that, then this is for you for sure. But what else? What else did I want to say? Whatever. Oh yeah. So I was thinking about it, right? And he had me think about 404 Chew, because 404 Chew is another young guy from Atlanta, Bankhead to be specific, West Side, with like this that does that thing, right? He does the crash out sound and everything like that. So I said, what's going on with 404 Chew? I haven't heard from him in a minute. So I look him up, and he apparently dropped an album. I don't know when this album dropped. YouTube Music does not tell you, just tells you 2025. It's 15 minutes, 7 songs. It's an EP, I guess, of sorts. And I heard this, and it was I gotta like get my mind right or think of those songs. So it was, or listen to it again, stuff like that. Things that I've said about Earl, Lecrae, and the Scissors joint from this week. This Up Top I knew was for me, bro. I'm rocking with it. This was my favorite for the most part, but it was 2 songs. I was like, is what it is, right? But like I said, True, he's typically a crash out sound artist and stuff like that in Atlanta. Think the Christian L5, Baby Kia, Old Little Tony, that entire scene. But this is much more of a 2000s Atlanta Jeezy, Gucci, Zaytoven, Gangsta Grills type of sound. I enjoyed every song off the project except for the Little Uzi remix. I didn't really care much for it when Little Uzi did it 10 years ago, and I don't care much for it now in 2025 as a Christian did a flip of it. And this was, I think, All My Flesh Is Dead. Don't care for this song much. Therapy Sessions, I thought was nice. Therapy Sessions was the other one where I was like, 2 songs, and I'm like, I might skip. But Therapy Session was good. I think it's kind of the closest thing on here to like a worship song. It's much more slow, but it's so obvious and stuff like that. And then you look even down to the cover art of how kind of intentional this project is, and the thing that Chew kind of struggles with the most. You see the woman chasing after him in bikinis. They're kind of out and stuff like that. They look like they're running from the beach because they all have on flip flops. He's running from them, and this is the Timmy Turner Chip Skylark cartoon. Obviously, let me see, Chip Skylark running away, running. Here we go. It's obviously the Chip Skylark thing, right? But he did it with him chasing after Christ. And then his shirt said, I love Jesus. So it's all intentional, you know what I'm saying? Down to the thing. And that's a lot of the stuff he talks about in therapy sessions, of jumping from woman to woman or talking to different girls to deal with his issues instead of just facing his issues, which is something I think a lot of young men, including myself, dealt with. It was something I dealt with when just pulling back the curtain when I was like 19. And, like I got dumped, and I was just like, and I was here for a couple months. I just stayed like this for a couple months, just like, Then I got back to school, spring semester, and I just started talking to all the girls, bro. I started talking to all the women. I'm going on dates, and like I'm going on a date at least once every Friday, and it's probably with someone different than the week before. And it was just that's just how I dealt with it, and it wasn't good at all. It wasn't healthy, but it was at least, if anything, I got that out of my system and stuff like that. But I think it's something that all young men kind of deal with, of just like using women to fill a void or to distract yourself from something else, whatever that else might be. Fear of loneliness, fear of this abandonment, whatever the case might be, right? So yeah. Shouts out to 404 Chew. Dirk Franklin is my favorite off the project. Fresh Prince of Bankhead and Dirk Franklin. Those are my favorites. But like I said, I like all the songs. Except for All My Flesh Is Dead. Like that song can go. All right. Okay, so speaking of Lil Tony, I heard Tiki versus Tony for the first time this earlier this week. And so I was like, okay, I'm talking about music. Let me just bring up this one. Absolutely loved it. This came out like July 11th or something like that. Absolutely love it, man. It's up there for me with D1's album earlier this year, Hypocritical Hop, when it comes to messages that are in a hip hop project this year. Also, shout out to of course, Louisiana, and the joint with PJ Morton. Pardon me, I'm different. Those also have like great messages in them and stuff like that. But for sure, Hypocritical Hop, Tiki versus Tony. It's kind of like a Ti versus TIP thing, but instead of just like it being like, I'm sorry to the judge, said I changed and I had to bring the gun in my trunk. Why'd I do that? I don't know. I'm crazy. I'm Ti. I'm still recovering. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all of that, it's more just like, had to put that light down. I had to pick up the Bible. Like, it was more like specific. This is what the Bible says. Here are some Bible stories. Learn how to do this. This is how you get some money. If you get some money, you want to know how to get some money, do this. Start a business, buy a house and flip the house and use that money to buy. All this stuff. Like, he was giving out game, bro. Like, it was hard, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. Salute to him on his growth and the direction that he's going. Don't fold, Lil Tony, and remain you. Don't switch up, nothing like that. The way that you're going right now, people might laugh, people might mock it or whatever. Keep going, bro. People only gonna mock it because you were so crazy. Like, this dude, Lil Tony, if you look at his story, he really a crazy kid. He was really a crazy kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, kept getting kicked out of schools. Like, went to one school, get kicked out, and went to another school, get kicked out. He would go to school, get kicked out for fighting, selling drugs, got kicked out. His mom moved him out to Cali to deal with his dad and stuff like that, and his brother. And he missed being in Atlanta, where he could just be a bad kid. He eventually goes back to Atlanta, start trapping at 13 because he felt like he had to make money. And he said because he didn't want to depend on his dad, because his dad got 5 other kids and he didn't want to be a burden to his father. So he started trapping at 13, everything like that. It's just a crazy dude. Even after our interview where he's telling me all of this, and he was like, yeah, I'm getting right with God, I'm doing a Bible study and stuff like that. He had a out with another rapper that he was beefing with on Instagram Live. And then he did a thing where it was like, oh yeah, you can't come to Castleberry Hill. And then he went to the store in Castleberry Hill. He said, oh, I thought he said I couldn't come here. Everything like that. And then he got hit. I think reportedly he got hit, recovered from that, got out, then got arrested for possession. He said the dude snitched on him when he went to the store in the Castleberry or whatever neighborhood he said he can't go to, right? Then arrested him. Like, Lil Tony is a crazy dude, bro. Like, he don't need to prove nothing. He don't need to prove nothing with this game. Like, you crazy, you gangster, you all of the above, bro. Like, street, whatever, bro. Like, Lil Tony is insane. So you making such a kind of hard pivot in your music and your personality, all of the things, it's going to take people some adjusting. So when people mock and, make fun of you and stuff like that, they aren't necessarily just mocking the message. They're literally just like in awe and shock of like, all right, this dude, the dude that was on Instagram 2 years ago done changed his life to God and stuff like that. Because you were saying a lot of the same stuff a couple years ago, but the music didn't reflect that. Now the music reflects it. So yeah. Shout out Lil Tony, bro. All right, let's get into this Offset, man. Kari. Kiari. Sorry, Offset. He dropped a solid album with this one. I had to split up the listens just because so much music dropped this weekend. All my notes are saying the same thing at the beginning. But my biggest takeaway from this one is the fact that it sounded like he was doing Quavo ad-libs on a couple of tracks. And then Quavo announced his new songs were being mastered on Twitter the same day. It hurt. It hurt a little bit when I saw that because I was just like, bro, like, why is it a battle? Why does it have to be one against one? Like, why can't y'all do a song together or at least work together? Y'all don't have to do an entire project because they said, they don't want to just rush into it because it's just going to remind them too much of Takeoff being gone and stuff like that. But like, I would love to see them just do something like one song. You got 20 songs on here, Gunna and everything like that. I would just love one song where you have a Quavo feature, a Quavo verse, whatever the case might be. Maybe the next project. I keep thinking this every project. The Migos are just stronger together. It just is what it is. Like even Takeoff when he was doing like God rest his soul, when he was doing the solo stuff, like it was good, but they're just better together. And shouts out to Quavo, the Infinity Links joint, because Quavo and Takeoff both did their thing on that. Let me see. A funny part about Offset is probably he's the most artistically visual of the Migos, and he takes the most chances in the aesthetic department. You think of like on the thing of this, he started off with the therapy session, kind of teasing the album, the Mr. Morale joint, and then before that, he was doing the whole Michael Jackson thing where he was wearing the Thriller jacket and he was doing the dance moves in the video, the choreography. He was doing it on stage as well and stuff like that. But like the music sounds the same. I think that's the funniest part of it. It still just sounds like regular Offset from whatever year, insert year here. I think that's always funny. This is another solid project. Once again, I'm reading my notes now. Just like how Rocket Power was for Quavo and Set It Off was last year for Offset. He dissed his ex-wife on the outro. I thought that was a bit nasty work to me. But also at the same time, Cardi B keeps dissing him in her new songs. So it's just like, how many times are you just going to let her just dish you without saying something? So he responded to her and moving on and things of that sort. Oh, yeah. I took this note down, bro. I like Tizo Touchdown. Tizo Touchdown is on this and he did his thing. And I'm like, per usual. A lot of people tried to bully themselves away from Tizo Touchdown features. Just like 21 Savage, government mandated 21 Savage first. With the Yachty joint on Tisa Korean, people were like, oh, government mandated Lil Yachty verse and stuff like that. And his birthday, by the way. On his birthday last year, he crashed out on Caribou. And it's crazy. That was a whole year ago now. But yeah. Yeah, that was the thing, right? Hold on. Let me. I got off track with that side note. With Tizo Touchdown, they tried to bully him off of people's albums because he was on everybody's album for like 2 years straight. And they said, I'm tired of Tizo Touchdown. I like it, bro. He really does his thing on each track. On each track that he's featured on, he makes it his own. He does a like the layered vocals, the harmonies. And then he does like the talking kind of ad libs with it. It's something that nobody else does, bro. Like it's so specific to him. Like people still haven't done it, even just trying to copy him. So I think he can be like a Ty Dolla $ign, like of just doing his thing on features and being a mainstay on people's albums. Speaking of, Ty Dolla $ign is on a song pretty shortly after Tizo, and he's a great example of how I think Tizo's career can exist for the rest of his time, even though he makes good albums too. I play with the band. I play the same the way that I play with the band. Maybe I thought that. Baby, I thought that that was wrong key, wrong note, everything like that. It's been a few years since I heard the song. Yeah. So proud of myself. That's the joint with Tizo. And then Never Let Go. This is the one with John Legend. I believe there's a music video for this. This was the Takeoff tribute. Of course, beautiful. And then Favorite Girl was the one with Ty Dolla $ign, which was just a quintessential Ty Dolla $ign record. Excuse me. Move On is the outro, the one where he responds to Cardi. That's why you see the plays are a little up right there. Another standout. Yeah, Run It Up. He definitely did some Quavo ad-libs there, but there were a couple other ones. Bodies is on here. Y'all know Bodies. I don't know if I've ever said this, but Bodies is probably one of my favorite rap songs of the year. Shout out to NBA Youngboy on here. NBA Youngboy did NBA Youngboy things on here. There's a reason why he's him. The Gunna joint is on here I don't know if this was already out, but they do a lot of stuff together. So shout us out to Gunna and Offset. But the Lucci joint, Lucci's rapping really well on here, man. I haven't heard Lucci in a minute. I know he did like a First Day Out type of deal, but I don't really remember it much. I just remember he had his kids in the music video. And I think the video showed him like hugging his kids, like with the door open in the back of a car or something like that. That's all I remember. But this, back in that mode, Lucci's really rapping, bro. He got right to it. I'm not going to lie to you. Remember with Thug, it like took some time for him to like get back to Thug. And a lot of people say he's still not back to Thug. Me personally, I thought the joint on Metro Boomin's album, I thought it was great. You know, I know people don't like the Chance first, but I like the Metro Boomin song where he sounded like old Thug, literally, because it's a futuristic album, futuristic song. Okay, that's that. And then, like I said, I haven't gotten through Sierra, Mariah the Scientist, Kid Cudi so far this week. I'm on track 8 of the Sierra project before I started this live. Let me see if I have that tab. I do. As you see, I'm on the song Ecstasy currently and CC. Okay, what did I think about Sierra's project so far through my first 8 songs? I said I listened to BRB. That's the one that a lot of people on social media were hyping up because the first 3 songs are all like, well, you know, it's the intro and then it was 2 singles that's already out. Then there was a Tyga feature. So it was a lot of like kind of leaning on features. And I'm like, okay, Sierra, like I understand you trying to keep up, you know what I'm saying? Up tempo to keep people hooked into the album, but dang, like thought this was your album, not the compilation DJ Mustard Jazzy Faye album. Anyways, BRB, I think it has the Jersey dance sound that has viral TikTok potential. In general, I'm enjoying how 2025 Sierra lives her life. She's been famous for about 20 years at this point. And so what does everyday life look like for her and her NFL superstar husband? You know, because it's like a thing about music and I think entertainment and just kind of being successful in general. The largest part of it is being able to connect with people, creating something that people, everyday people and people from all walks of life can really connect with. And how do you connect with people when you've just been famous and rich for 20 years? It's difficult. It's a difficult thing to do, you know? And, you know, but like she was talking a lot about, you know, I feel like I'm getting some answers here is what I put in my notes. Sometimes they throw impromptu parties at the house. Some nights are date nights where they start in LA and end up flying to Vegas. So rock star lifestyle might not make it. This whole silly enough. But anyways, yeah. What did I want to say with her husband and whatever? Like it's just like regular kind of husband life and everything like that. Like we just raising our kids and getting it in and finding time for romance as we can. His schedule is crazy. My schedule is crazy. These are some that she said on Breakfast Club too, by the way. It was like I watched her interviews and I watched Earl Sweatshirt's interviews with New York Times and who else did Earl talk to? And they reminded me that he was in the Happy video. I forgot he was even in the Happy. I don't even think I knew he was in the Happy video. I was like, bro, he was in a Happy video? That's crazy. But yeah. Like it just gives you better perspective when you listen to their interviews about the project, the artwork, where their frame and state of mind was at this time of their life and stuff like that. So I always appreciate that. But yeah, Y'all listen to those projects and that music if you liked any of that stuff. And let's get into the rest of the stream, shall we? So we have a couple of things left. Mainly, primarily music, as it should be on a Friday. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't lean in to do that. It's from the New York Post. A tennis star, Shashia Vickery, serves up defense for her OF account, charging men 1K for dates as U.S. Open kicks off. "Quote unquote, it's the easiest money I've ever made," from Michael Blinn. So I saw this headline, right? I don't know if I saw it on Facebook or like it was in a graphic, a social media graphic. And I was like, is this like real? And then I'm like, because usually when something like this happens, it happens to like people who aren't as relevant. They might be in a semi-pro league or something like that. She's literally in the US Open, like competing. And I was like, oh, this is like she's somebody in tennis. That's crazy. Sashia Vickery is making her way through the U.S. Open qualifiers this week, and fans are looking to get her know or better will have to fork over $12.99 a month. That's funny. That's a great lead. The American and 559th ranked player, so maybe she is just like a player, but she's like competing in a legit thing. The U.S. Open qualifiers. The 559th ranked player divulged that she's also an adult content creator on OF, and the experience has been life-changing. "Quote unquote, I'm very open-minded and I don't care what people think about me." Here's the thing, right? Here's a thing. When people say that, I don't care what people think about me. I feel like you do, because if you didn't, then you wouldn't have to say it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or am I, you know what I'm saying? When people say, I don't care what people think about, like when someone says like, why did you get into OF? And your first thing was like, I don't care what people think about me. I do what I want. Like, don't you think that comes across as someone like who cares about people, who, you know what I'm saying, cares what people think? I'm trying to see if I could see if there's an Instagram clip of this. I guess it's just transcripts everywhere. But anyways, I'll read the rest of the story. Let's get to the rest of the story. I don't care what people think about me. All right. It's also the easiest money I've ever made, and I enjoy doing it. So if anything, I guess that was her actual answer. Was the second part. Now I don't care what people think about me. And here, okay, that's her post. So as you guys see, that's okay, and that's a post as well. On her Instagram, where she counts over 40,000 followers, Vickery promised spicy OF content that includes her longest shower vid, a late night stretch, and boat twerking. Oh wow. Those who like what they see should be prepared if they want to take things to the next level. Okay. I no longer date for free due to the behavior of men. I now require a pre-date. What? What? All right. I no longer date for free due to the behavior of men. I now require a pre-date deposit. Send me $1,000 and we can make it happen. I really try to be an advocate, you know, and things of that sort. But sometimes it be some things I just be like, bro, what? But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, people do whatever they do. Whatever floats your boat. You live your life, I live mine. But 1,000 just to get, oh no, little twin. I ain't gonna lie to you, twin. The 30-year-old has made a reported $2 million in her 14 years of pro tennis. It was ranked as high as number 73 in 2018, but has been wowed by the response of her racy account since she set it up in January. I will never talk ish about girls on OF ever again for the rest of my life. She said ever again. That just confirms she cares about what people think. She just said, I'll never talk ish again about OF girls in my life. Because the amount that I made on there in my first 2 days, I'm overwhelmed. I'm just shook, really. She's not just the only tennis star to have an OF platform. Nick Kygos signed up in 2023 for victory. It's always been about pushing the boundaries, quote unquote. I've always been outspoken about the racial hate I get online, body shaming. She said on the Black Splin Global podcast in June, I'm very open about a lot of stuff. I'm still playing tennis. My career is still going, but I also want to do things outside of tennis, like OF. I'm going to explore more opportunities on social media. All right. Being a tennis player definitely helped my marketing. She added, I'm not at a stage where I don't do my absolute most on there, but I'm comfortable as I need to be. And I'm doing very well. That's been the case on the court as well. Victory kicked off the potential U.S. Open run with a victory over Anastasia Soboleva on Tuesday, earning her matchup against number 21 Ella Sadell on Thursday. I don't know if she won or not, but yeah. There's that very interesting story. Very interesting story. Like I said, the 1,000 is crazy. The 1,000, I no longer date man for free is a crazy statement due to their behavior. How I don't know. Maybe just screen people better more instead of requiring a $1,000 deposit. It's $1,000 just to even take you out, and then it's gonna pay for the man. What? What if it doesn't even go well? What if we don't even have chemistry? What if it's just awkward because you can't make conversation or something? Like, what? That's, man, look, bro. Look, bro. If you like it, I love it, man. Let people live the life they want to live. What I've learned through this life, especially through the internet age, people got a lot of different ways of living that you do. With that, you just accept it as it is, and you roll with the punches. Hold on, let me scroll up to the top before we move on to the next scene. All right, cool. So we're gonna go on to the next scene now. I saw this and I thought it was pretty funny. I felt like it was something I could relate to, in terms of like some of the comment sections, like on some of my videos. People say things, and I'm just like, yeah, but what do you want me to do with this information? Like when people say we have black fatigue, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with that? I don't know what you want me to do with that, bro. You tired of black people? Okay. Am I supposed to? Oh no. Please don't be tired of me, master. Like, I don't care. Like, I gotta go to work. I still gotta pay bills, bro. I still gotta go live on this YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. What you want me to do with that information that you hate black people or you tired of black people? I hate y'all blacks. Okay. Good for you. I never know. So when I seen him do this, I connected with it. Let's see what he said.
Go back to Africa. Say less. All right, folks, you asked and you shall receive. So let's fucking make this shit happen. I have now started a Give Send Go campaign to send my black ass back to Africa. The goal is to raise $30K by August 12th. Because tickets are expensive, visas are very complicated. I'm black, inept, broke, and I need help from you good white people. Please, don't just waste your time and energy writing angry comments in my comment section. Actually do something about it. You can actually make a difference. Every dollar that you donate gets me one step closer to disappearing from your perfect America and far, far away from you and your beautiful white children. So help me leave for good. It's a win-win for everyone.
I want to see the disclaimer. He had a disclaimer there.
Back.
Let me see.
Win-win for everyone.
There's a disclaimer. Oh, hold on. There we go. All funds will be used for my higher education. Think of it as reparations. Thanks for the support. Yeah, let me read some of these comments. Because they look just like mine. I was like, bro, it's crazy how y'all leave the same comments on black people stuff. So why don't you leave, you unhappy MFer? Best country on the planet. Disagree. Go everywhere you think it is. Bye. Okay, these aren't actually mine. Like, I don't think people. Oh, some people said it. Democrats crybabies. Getting called Democrat is so wild, bro. People just assume I'm a Democrat or a leftist or whatever the case might be because I'm black. And that's crazy. It's like you got to be like an outright tap dancing coon with a MAGA hat for you not to believe that you're not a Democrat as a black person. That's insane, bro. Stop being a crybaby and go somewhere else, dude. Happy Independence Day. What's the other one? Is that it? Oh, my comment section worse than this. I'm not gonna lie to you. My comment section worse than his, bro. My comment section worse than his. But yeah. Salute to the idea. I want to see. This has 145,000 views right now on Twitter. Got 6,000 likes, over 6,500 likes, over 1,000 retweets. So I assume it has good numbers on his TikTok as well. Trilly Shakes. Let me see. Trilly Shakes. All right, let me see. This is job hunting in 2025. Where's the go back to Africa thing at? Dang, how old was this? The go back to Africa thing. Oh, shout out to my donors. Oh, this has been a thing.
This is what the fuck I'm talking about. I fucks with you, Anonymous. Yeah, you the realist. You the fucking GOAT. That's why you're the GOAT. Congratulations, Anonymous. You are the first of my $200 donors. I didn't even think that I would have to make a $200 donor tier, but here we fucking are in this moment. You, Anonymous, you are a fucking legend, and I'm so glad that I get to walk the same fucking planet as you, bro.
I hate
Good
the
shit.
F word, bro.
Good shit. Was it
I
pity?
feel like it's crazy. It's so crazy. Like, it's such a strong cuss word. Like, it's so crazy. I don't like the F word, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like it. Now, I think sometimes the F word might be able to hit if you used it like once. Like once, if you sprinkled it in like a rant or something like that, and you going off, or you trying to make a point, or you trying to like give an extra little kick to your punchline for a joke or something like that, and you use it once, okay, I get it. Using it like every other sentence, it just like makes me feel uncomfortable, bro. It's such a hard cuss word.
Was it boredom? Was it simply a tax write-off? I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I am hype as shit, bruh. That's what fucking allyship looks like. That's what dismantling white supremacy looks like, boy. And for that, Anonymous, and for that, you're getting the royal fucking treatment. Ah! All hail Anonymous. All hail Anonymous.
Bro, he ain't even pick up his stuff for this.
Anonymous.
He didn't even pick this up for the video.
All hail Anonymous. 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 All right. This is what the fuck I'm talking.
Right.
Michael Krasno, man of legend, man of mystery, possible patron of the arts. Part of the reason why I'm going to be able to pay my grad school tuition. Michael, Big Mike, Young Mizzy, Krasno Conundrum. What's your deal, bro? Are you like a secret billionaire? Rogue philanthropist? Just someone who really believes in cinema? Or did you accidentally like type an extra zero or some shit? I guess I'll never know, because I don't know who you are and you didn't leave a message. But I mean, thank you. Thank you for the donation. I really, really fucking appreciate it. I'm just left wondering.
Hey, yo, what's good, you overly judgmental scallywags, and welcome to...
You know what? You've lost your Gregulus privileges. You are blocked, nigga. Fuck you. Anyways, the GoFundMe has reached $781, and the Give Send Go has reached $477. leaving us with a total of $1,258 towards my higher education. Someone has shared the campaign on X and it's gone viral.
Wow.
So thank you so
So
much.
so
and
so
it's
so
gone
so this
viral.
already went. So this already went. Some racist told this brother to go back to Africa, and this is how he responded. Dang, you got 73. Dang, so this already been posted. I ain't even realize. Okay, hey, let it
and
rock.
it's gone viral. So thank you so much to that person. Also, I don't really use X. I've never been a fan of Twitter or Elon Musk, but if you want to, feel free to follow me on X for shits and giggles. Our first donation comes from Anonymous. Thanks so much, Anonymous. Next up is Jazz W. Thanks so much, Jazz W.
Crazy.
Hey, yo, what's good, you semen gut?
S Mac, what's good, homie? Thank you so much for the $100
I wish
for
I
my
could go
higher
on too, but I'm
education.
not the right
Now I
skin
see
tone.
here that you said you wish you could come, but you're not the right skin tone. Well, clearly you're not caught up on the lore, but that's totally okay. Most people.
All right. Hello there, Anonymous
Dang,
donor.
100.
I'm really
I hope
grateful
it's
for
law
your
school.
support.
He
but
said, "No, it's hard."
you said, I hope it's law school? Like, really? I mean, I get it. Lawyers are very reputable, but let's be real. Filmmakers are just as scummy. I mean, we manipulate emotions, we steal people's shots, we commit fraud with student budgets, especially. So honestly, I mean, it's pretty much the same energy, but you know, all jokes aside, this really means the world to me. In the future, whether or not I'm, making Oscar-worthy films or just making shit posts on the internet, I'm gonna remember this. Your generosity is going to fuel someone's legal nightmares in the future. So, thanks. And if you ever want a cameo, please hit me up. I will cast you as the ambiguously moral lawyer. I don't know if I said that right.
Yo, this is day 7 of crowdfunding to send my black ass to film school. Here's the deal, I'm incredible.
Yeah, the name of it is really Shane Greg to Africa. It's crazy.
Happy 420.
Look, man, not to be an asshole or anything, because I do genuinely appreciate you interacting with my shit, watching my shit, but I never asked you for any advice. Also, I never said the campaign was over.
Hey, yo, what's good, you slimy?
That is
Day 5.
pathetic. Welcome to day 5 of crowdfunding 30 grand by August 12th.
Are the
So I can
racist
go
poor?
back to Africa and make the white community happy again.
Yeah, I got. Hey, yo, what's good, you narc?
All right. Just got to do that 29 more times and we're good to go. I'm a broke ass nigga. I'm a broke.
What's going on, you carbon-based chodes? It's your boy.
All right, that's not a lot, but something. Day 3.
Hey, yo, what's good, you power?
Well, it's a little disappointing. Welcome to day 2 of crowdfunding my permanent
What's good, you bitch ass? Go back to Africa.
Say less.
Sometimes it's not what racism does to you, but it's what racism can do for you. All right, man. All right, let me go to the next thing, man. Ben the Don said something about responding. It's kind of the same.
Y'all gotta stop thinking people who clouded or famous or whatever can't say nothing back to people on like Twitter or in comments or shit. Fool, nigga can respond to whatever they want. Hey, when I be like, if I say anything back to somebody on Twitter, they be like, "Oh, he's pissed." Like, no, nigga, I just responded the same way y'all did. Like, y'all think niggas just, if you don't say nothing, you just let anybody say anything to you. I don't give a fuck. I'll write back to folk. None of that shit. If you say some dumb shit, I'm gonna say it back. I'm gonna say some dumb shit back. Like, bro, y'all gotta stop doing that, cuz. Like, I see that anytime a celebrity responds, "Oh, they pressed." No, bitch, I'm responding, which I'm allowed to do.
It's really just like you just see sometimes you have time and you see people say some really outrageous stuff, bro. And if you have time, you're gonna respond every now and again, bro. It just is what it is, dog. But it does come across as a bit pressed. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause sometimes you be pressed, but sometimes you just have time. And then people just saying like outrageous things, like rage baiting. Is a real thing. All right. This is the last thing of the night. Then we getting out of here. W stream an hour long, everything like that. I'm scrolling down to the bottom so Cam Newton doesn't get me. Shout out to Cam Newton. Shout out to Funky Friday. Shout out to my brother Peggy as well. Friend of the channel, Cam Newton. This is Joy Taylor. How I felt about the Joy Taylor situation ain't none of my business. But if the allegations were true, that's crazy. As Joy Taylor, as a fellow woman in the industry, throwing another woman in the industry kind of under the bus, leaving out the jar, not defending her, not being there for her. And it really backfired against her when that became public because people were like, dang, maybe this isn't a good person and things of that sort. So with that being said, here's the clip of Joy Taylor. I put this in. You're like, if you don't rock with Joy Taylor, why are you reacting to this? Because the first couple seconds I saw just scrolling on Twitter today, and I seen what she said, and the first 5 seconds had me cracking up. It was like 5 or 9 seconds. I haven't seen the rest. So this is her responding to Jason Whitlock after he was like, Joy Taylor, she was saying things about the men that worked at Fox Sports. She said she had to sleep her way to get away and get up and everything like that and move up in the company. Interesting. I knew with those big, succulent, you guys can fill in the rest. But it was some pretty creepy stuff that he was saying. It was kind of like he let his inner thoughts win. He just said all of it out loud. When she got caught up. I think out of everybody else, that was probably the craziest response because not only did he like shame her like everybody else did, but he shamed her like everybody else did and then like added it with the side of like horny man. I don't know.
Every time someone brings up Jason Whitlock, I can't believe he's still with us. I don't think anything works harder than his cholesterol, if I'm being honest.
When he said that rag,
Okay, so before you go on, I've never watched this. Okay, I am only aware of this from adjacent conversation. I did not watch a single second of this. I couldn't give a fuck less, and I have not consumed any of it.
Well, I'm going to give you the.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah, that peanut
what a
butter.
Shock.
The
food.
Yeah.
Oh.
Peanut butter skin.
Okay.
And when I was working with her,
yeah,
we would always see her rack, and I wanted to stay away from her because I knew what I would have done.
Well, I mean, he's so desirable.
Oh.
Yeah. But we love Jason.
No, we do. I do not. No, we don't. Who loves Jason? Does God love Jason?
Yeah, I do.
I do not. I do not love Jason. This is you say what you need to say. I do not. I don't love everybody.
He gives me reason. It's like, okay, bro. I can't wait to see him. I want to see him.
You will never see him.
Why is that?
You will never. Where are you going to see him? A hole? Ooh. He is not going outside.
Because like
where is he going to go?
When I see, it's like, bro, I never see my man. I just be wanting to.
You
like,
will never see him.
Where you at, bro? Like
he's hiding. Which is where you should say. I don't ever talk about him because I don't think about him because I don't care. But so. Yeah, but you're never going to see him.
I can't wait.
I don't think he goes to the grocery store. You're not going to see him. You can wait forever. You're not going to see him.
That was crazy. He didn't say the rest of the thing. He didn't say the rest of the thing. I wanted to see what he said about the rest of the thing. But I guess that's enough. She is just like, oh, he's so desirable. Shouts out to Joy Taylor for trolling him back, I guess, and things of that sort. Hey, man, but that's it, man. My name is Rashad Milligan. As always, if you are new to the channel, this is the road to 10K subs. Please subscribe and follow up because I'll be live each and every single day on this channel What time, the world may never know, but I will be live just like I've been for every day since March 5th, 2025. So with that being said, please have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening, have a good day. Thank you all so much for watching, tuning in tonight. I appreciate the support and the love, all of those things. Till next time, please take care of yourselves. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. Peace.
Rashad, why you didn't hit me up?
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, Rashad?
Thank you, Rashad.
Brother, I love you, brother.
What's up, Rashad? What it do, boy?
Hey, Rashad.